Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is 8:15, Friday morning. Been up since about 6. Pius has gone to meet some of his buddies, and I am getting ready for our camping trip today. It has rained already. It's stopped for now, but it is supposed to start again. Leather Bag Lady weather report, and it's supposed to rain today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. So we'll see how far we get. If I hadn't paid so much for the camping site, I probably would have canceled it. But we'll go, we'll see. Pius absolutely needs a rest. But we'll get into that after the bag. So today's bag, oh sorry, I got something in my throat. Today's bag is it's a newer bag. It's kind of on the top end of what is classified as qualifying for vintage. And it is by Danier. Danier Leather is a brand that I talk about fairly frequently because when I come across vintage ones, I will pick them up. Anything newer headed for my .com, I will not. After 2016, the quality just is not there anymore. So this guy, I actually thought it was a Roots. It is Roots quality leather. That is for sure. And just the way the strap has been done. Now, it's not raw edged, but these are. And that's just very, very indicative of a Roots offering. But it's not. It's Danier. It's got lots of space. There is a magnetic pocket here. There is some tarnishing on the buckle right in the middle there. And there is a nice big pocket in the front. Now, it does have this kind of textured, silky material. Again, Vintage Roots use that material also. Nice zipper motion. It's very clean inside. 2 equally spaced slip pockets, again, very Roots. Danier has a habit of ripping off other brands. My opinion, in my experience, I do not know that for sure, as I'm having a hot flash, but they are very well known for coming up with similar but slightly different designs. Back zippered pocket goes right down to here. Just a really nice bag. Has some weight to it. I've got the strap on it pretty well its lowest offering, and I think it's a 23-inch strap drop. So if you carry a little bit of size like I do and getting bigger by the day, good Lord. Pius got on the scale yesterday and he said, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it until we are done our camping trip. I will take my medicine and the journey will begin to get back to where I was this time last year. Ta-da! And that's it. I have a high school reunion coming up the end of September, so this weight better be gone by then. So there are a couple of little areas where there is some color variance. Now I've worked on it and now I can't even find where they are. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. Just some little, I mean, you can barely see it, but I want to let you know I worked on the corners. I've got the color pretty spot on. Maybe a tiny little bit of shade lighter. Might be the air quality. We are really getting hammered. Oh, look at the sweat on me. We're getting really hammered by the smoke from the fires in Quebec. So, but our goal for this camping trip is just to rest before going back to work on Tuesday. So there we go. That is today's bag. It is a good size, 13 inches wide by 12 inches tall. And like I said, it does have a little bit of weight to it. So probably an excellent choice for a taller lady, a curvier lady like myself. Because I think if you were quite petite, it would kind of swallow you up a little bit. So there you go. That is today's bag. And this hot flash is just absolutely ridiculous. I've got all the totes here with all our stuff in them. Oh, I do apologize, but the sweat is just running off me. So, I wanted to talk to you about my thrifting experience crossing our country. So, we started off in Hamilton, Ontario. We went to Kingston and Cornwall on our way to Quebec. So, Kingston I thrifted, didn't find really anything. Cornwall I thrifted, didn't really find anything. Kingston, I think, had just been picked over. It was Friday when we left, so that could well have been the case. Cornwall was a tiny, tiny little value village. Nothing there. And then we went on to Quebec. We thrifted one thrift store in Quebec. I think, I can't remember the name because obviously it was French. And nothing there. And then we went into New Brunswick. I thrifted Moncton and Fredericton. Now, I did pick up more than I thought because it didn't seem like a lot at each location, but collectively, when we were cleaning up the van to take our friends Blair and Karen out for dinner, there was quite a few bags in there, and belts. I found probably more successful with belts than I was bags. So then we got to Nova Scotia. So there definitely, did we go to one in Truro? I don't think there was one in Truro. We went to Sydney, Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island, which is probably, it reminded me of Sarnia. That's as big as it was. I found some really good stuff. Couple of Kate Spades, needing a little bit of work. One is actually just a tablet folder, and one is an actual, looks a bit like a Celine bag. So price is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Everything $17.99 now. I mean, 9 years ago, I could get a beautiful Roots bucket bag vintage for $8. And now you're looking at, we went thrifting last night, went for dinner with my mom and dad. And my mom's looking for a stand for her little electric barbecue. So Pi said, let's go to Value Village. I'm sure there'll be something there. And we found a really cute ballerina legged Formica topped little table, but it would not have weathered well. Pius is calling me. I'm going to turn him off. Sorry, buddy. I loved it. If I'd had space for it, I would have picked it up. It was like $11.99, but it wasn't going to work for my mom. But I did pick up a few bags yesterday, but the prices are just getting ridiculous. I did not find one Roots bag from Hamilton, Ontario to Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island, and we really didn't thrift on the way back. Not one. And that really just gives me some insight into how rare it is to find these Roots bags these days. And unfortunately, you know, it is reflecting in the price points just because I'm finding it really hard to find them. I'm having probably a little bit more luck on Marketplace, but you got to pay up for them on Marketplace. So it's just a sign of the times. Everybody is thrifting, is reselling, and it's just, it is what it is. But I guess I need to be grateful for the amount of thrift stores I have at my disposal and the quality of items that I do find. I'm grateful that I do thrift vintage as well as others, because sometimes, you know, the vintage is, actually, let me show you this little guy. This is not a bag that will probably be available on Etsy, just because, isn't this beautiful? Anything that has a solid base like this that I can't smush is just too hard to ship. And it's too expensive to ship. Isn't that beautiful? Now this ELS, I think it says, and it's got a crown. I don't know if you can see, but this is a beauty. So this is probably destined for art crawl. But look how beautiful that little lower belt. Very Mary Quant. So if I wasn't picking up this stuff, I'd be snookered because there'd be nothing for me to pick up. So we're getting ready for a camping trip. I've got totes all over the place. Pius is probably on his way back from having coffee with his buddies. That's why I was calling. We've got the mattress in the van already. We picked it up yesterday. Yeah, kind of MacGyvered a fix on the fuel tank. Not sure if that's going to be good enough. Air conditioning is going to be about a $1,500 fix. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. But that is about it for today. So I hope you've all had a great week. Nice to be back with you as a married lady. Mom and Dad are still a little, I don't know what the word, and they're not mad. They're not, they're just a little sad, I guess, that they weren't able to be at our wedding. But you know what? For 10 minutes, the service didn't even take 10 minutes. And I said to them, I'm not hauling you all out. I think my mom was concerned that I was put under pressure to do this in Cape Breton Island, so far away from my family. And that is absolutely not true. I picked Cape Breton, not Pius. If we were going to do it in Ontario, we probably would have done it in Chippewa, which is where Pius asked me to marry him and one of my favorite spots. But that lighthouse where we got married, just like I said to you yesterday, Google Low Point Lighthouse, Cape Breton Island, and you will just die. It was amazing. Anyway, but everybody have a great 4th of July. Have a great Canada Day weekend, and I will talk to you on Tuesday. Bye.